Giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to the that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. Very brief video. I was just going over a little bit of Revelation 18, to just give us a little bit of a boost and an uplifter is to remind us that our salvation is nearer than we believe. Romans 3, or is it 13? Yeah, Romans 3. I believe it's Romans 3 explains that, right? That our salvation right now is high time to awake out of sleep because our salvation is nearer than we believe. All right. So when I was just going over Revelation 18, but the main point I want to touch on is in verse 22 and the rest from there, because that's going to remind us of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 on down, when it talks about the well, in fact, we'll get it in a sec. But first I want to read this Revelation chapter 18 verse 6 just to start us off, man, because this place is not going to be here much longer, man. I mean, we can clearly see it. Do we know how long? Absolutely not, but we know it is not going to be long, man. I mean, as this place goes on, you think that it couldn't get any more worse than this, but it somehow always finds a way to get even worse. Now, does it catch us by surprise at all? No, because once you're awakened to this thing and you expect, Shalakir, you expect this place, we know that this place is the home of wickedness. Whatever happens now, it's just no shock, but it still gets worse and worse and worse. And it's just like, how in the world do you find a way to get worse? And somehow the Lord always, that's just by that, you should know that nothing is impossible with the Lord. The Lord is constantly making this place worse, even though we may think that it can't get worse. And it's just like, how in the world, that's how you know the Lord is the ultimate chess player, man. How in the world does he find a way to make this place get any worse? Nothing is impossible with the Lord, man. Okay, but anyway, Revelation chapter 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double it to her, double according to her works. In the cup, in the cup which she had filled to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. It shall see no sorrow. So when you look at this, every wicked empire carried on this same mindset, right? So every single wicked empire had this exact same mindset, right? And America being no different, America believes that can't nothing touch me, greatest nation on the planet. Ain't nothing gonna be able to touch me. Ain't nothing gonna be able to phase me. The watch this says, therefore shall her place come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord, right? Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, who judgeth her, right? So like this is going to go back. I mean, this is going to go to Ecclesiastes 12, what I brought out, and then we're going to go back to Revelation 18, because we know after that, you keep reading down to Revelation 18, so like it goes into, the merchants and pretty much the people that live deliciously pretty much with her, right? They're going to be wailing and standing afar off looking at America burn, looking at this place America burn, man, right? Because this place was just one big storehouse, man, right? I mean, storehouse. It was one big store. And the trading, importing and exporting and stuff like that, once you get rid of America, it breaks the chain. You know what I'm saying? It just completely breaks the chain. And then it just stops business. So the ones that live deliciously with her are gonna suffer. That's all those are the dogs that lick the wounds, man. Right? So Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. Right? It says, When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun, so this goes back to what I was saying in the book of Romans, right? Where right now it's high time to wake out of sleep. Slack. Remember now the creator in the days of thy youth. Like I always, say, or like we always say, when we break down this part, this scripture, this is talking about right now, the early days, while hell isn't, fully broken loose yet, man. Right now is the time to remember the creator, because in the latter day, man, it's gonna be too late. Okay, that last minute BS. I hate last minute stuff, man. I absolutely. I don't know if anybody out there is like that. I know it's a lot of people out there like that. But I hate, and I absolutely hate last minute BS. I hate it. You know, when we doing something, or you schedule something and you do last minute changes, I absolutely I'll adapt. But I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. That last minute stuff, man, that gets under my skin like nothing else. Right? You don't think the Lord is like that? Even more? See, we had these feelings because it comes from the Lord. It comes from the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. The Lord ain't about, the Lord don't play that last minute stuff, man. Right? You see the Israelite, you see, you got your answers right there. And you just want to brush it off, enjoy your day, this, that. You know what I'm saying? But then when you see troopers get ready to bust down your door and everybody's crying, or like when they see a tornado get ready to rip through their neighborhood, everybody all of a sudden is so religious and have faith. Right? But anyway, verse 2, Salaki. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, it says, nor the clouds return after the rain, right? It says, Salaki, I'm struggling today. My goodness. Yawning, all this other stuff. Anyway, verse 3, it says, now this is the point that I want to get to, and then we're gonna go back to Revelation 18, because it's further down, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12, in verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the burden. And the sound of the grinding is low. You're working, your commute, and it's just silence, right? It says he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Now, let's go back to Revelation 18, and we're going to go to 22. Okay, so this book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 22. And the voice of the harpers. Now, this is going to sound just like pretty much Ecclesiastes 12. And the voice of the harpers, right, and the musicians, and of the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman, right, of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee, right? So absolutely nothing. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Soundless. I don't remember whose video I watched, right? I really don't remember whose video I watched when it was going over this, but they said something like, how did it go? A soundless desolation, right? A soundless desolation. So imagine this just completely dead, soundless, a desolate. Desolate wasteland, man. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now what BS is this? All right. Uh high schoolers play date with 8-year-old neighbor takes a shocking turn with police. See, this is again, you wonder why. That's one of the reasons. What I'm reading right now, what the Lord is saying is one of the reasons why this place has to go. You got an awful lot of stuff like that happening, man. This place is wicked. This place is wicked. Okay? There's nothing good about America. There's nothing good about this earth right now because you can go anywhere right now and find pretty much almost the same level of wickedness, man. America being the epicenter. But like for example, this pride stuff, the alphabet stuff. Do you know that stuff is worldwide? While some places may not accept it, they got some other stuff, right? If it's not one thing, it's gonna be another. And one of the main things, right? One of the main things that this world is missing is Israelites being in rulership. You got heathens all over being in rulership, right? The word of the Lord, the true word of the Lord, and the word of the Lord is Israelites. When this place is done, America, Israelites start with the elect are going to be in rulership. But right now it's about the elect. Okay, that's all it is to it. Right now it's about the elect. It's not about every uh, uh, Israelite man, woman, and child. It's not about them, right? It says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants, right? For thy merchants, we know who they are, were the great men of the earth. It says, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Again, we know exactly who those merchants, quote unquote, merchants are. Okay? It says, and in her, oh boy, and in her was found. Now her being, remember I said a queen and no widow, right? It says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. You see that? It's get ready to get wild out here, man. But after that, after all Jacob's trouble and stuff like that, this place is wiped out. This place is not going to be inhabitable anymore, right? It's just it's going to be a desolate wasteland. It's going to be a desolate wasteland, man. You might have some crazy creatures, creepy crawlers running around here. I mean, as you do right now, but just some crazy stuff like from The Mist. If anybody's seen that movie, The Mist, right? So that's pretty much all I got on this. Like I said, it was going to be brief, very brief. Nothing crazy. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHI, Shalom.